This guy is just great. I mean, look at him. Look at those little rock fingers. And that little rock nose. And that big rock butt. Sorry about that, but yes, in the last episode we did build up this giant stone golem here, and I did ask for some name suggestions, and I think that we might have the perfect one. So everyone, meet Dwayne. Dwayne the Rock Golem. Yep, that's right. Dwayne will be our protector over this land, making sure we're safe from any dark magic and any rogue dragons. Wait, did I say dragons? Moving on. Well, today I do have big plans for the base, and I've been gathering up a bunch of materials for that. The shulker boxes in here are all filled with the things we're going to need for today. However, first things first, I do think we need to go over and check out Quid Game as we restocked in the last episode, so we're going to see if we have made any profits. Last time, Quid Game was very successful in making us a bunch of diamonds, so let's see in this yep. It looks like no one has actually played the game at all since we restocked. Like, no one at all. Not a single diamond. And I did let everyone know in the Discord that it has been restocked, but no one's been over here, so maybe I haven't got the word out enough. Maybe there's something we can do around here to market this game a little bit more and get people over and playing, spending their diamonds once more. Huh. Wait a minute. Much better. Yep, I think that's going to do it. That's going to bring people over to Quid Game. If they did miss the Discord message, then they hopefully should see this large billboard as it dominates the spawn area and advertises our shop quite well. But let's head back over to the base and continue with our plans for today. So what are the plans for today? Well, if you do remember back, I did mention that through in this area as you walk out of here, just on the coastline where the water is, I wanted to have this its own little, almost like fishing village with a lot of sea shacks and walkways and leading down to little dock areas on the water. And really I want to fill out this entire area here, coming up to where these buildings are, running all the way along this coastline, all the way down there, running around that curve, and then all the way to pretty much the base of that hillside just there. But as you can see as we fly, there is quite a large area as I wanted to go from here all the way along, and I want these buildings to be almost run down, pieced together with all sorts of different materials. I want it to be a lot of colour. I want to have walkways here and there everywhere you walk through, very claustrophobic, and yeah, it'll be very much a different style to the rest of the village. So when you come through the village, there's a very obvious change in style. We do have this more grand design on the left here with the better architecture, the more stone type buildings all together quite neatly and quite, you know, organised. Over this side you do have things a little bit more messed up, a little bit more. We have like clotheslines hanging across, not the best kept area, but as you walk through here I really want it to then lead onto an even more almost rundown area, like I said, with the walkways and the buildings all on top of each other and a lot more cramped and things, as people vie for good locations to do their fishing and trading at the dock areas down here. Now with that all being said though, I do need to put in all of that first, and I think what I'm going to do is get all the docks worked out, probably just using spruce, mark out all the docks where they're going to go, but I think then we're just going to put in all of the framing using some wool blocks, mark it all out where the buildings are going to go, figure out the density and what ones are going to be on top of the other, and like I said, all running down there, and that will give us a good idea of where to start building. And since this is going to take me a bit of time, then I'm going to jump straight into a time lapse, speed it up for you guys, so I hope you enjoy, and let's go. This is what we have so far, a lot of buildings as you can see to work on, and it's going to take a lot of time to get this finished, but This is the way I wanted it. Oh, hello, friend, we have a visitor. But I did want it to feel very much overgrown, overcrowded with buildings and things. So let's take a little fly over here. Eventually in this area, I want to have more buildings right here, I think, for the path to kind of wind round and go down this way. And this part is probably my favourite, as there is buildings just everywhere and all sorts of elevations, up and down. And we do have more platforms that raise up higher. I do need to add some kind of staircase up to some of these to actually be able to access the buildings. But there would be roofs and things all over the place and a bunch of details just to make this place feel a lot more claustrophobic than it already is. So coming to this area here, I'm going to leave this space empty, as I want to build like a large crane. I think that would be a cool detail to add to break up from the houses. And then on the docks there are probably some smaller cranes just to load and unload the cargo from the ships that we'll put in the docks here. Maybe just some smaller ships, I think, here. Just not to take away from the buildings, and then maybe we'll have a larger ship out in the actual ocean there. As you walk and come through here, there's all sorts of pathways. You can go down, you can go up, you can go around, so plenty of ways to walk through this. But there is a top path that goes up this way and down again, running through these buildings, and I can't wait to get all these built up. I think it'll just be such a cool experience to walk through and see all of the little details in here. So as you can see, the docks do come all the way down here, and this one is a bit more traditional with the docks coming down the coast, and then the buildings there in the back drop some gaps and things to get through into the main village there as well. So I want to add a little bridge as well going across to this island from the docks, and then probably place a lighthouse. I think this island is the perfect shape and size for a lighthouse just to go here. But even though we do have all of these structures in place, it's quite hard to see the finished product of what it's actually going to look like, because like I said, I do want a lot of different colours and shapes for roofs and things like that. So I think probably in today's episode we'll pick a spot and do like an example, a few of the buildings, so we can see just the style and design that we'll go with in the end. And I think I've spotted the perfect place to do that example right there on the end of this pier area. We have a block of some buildings here, quite a small example size, but I think that's good because it'll give us a chance to add in the details and really get the style correct. Does come down over the edge of the pier as well, which I think is a cool little feature. So yes, I think that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to go sleep this night away, and then we'll get to building up this little area here so we can see just what this village is going to look like actually in the end. Our little example build is finished, and that's what it is looking like. I think it turned out pretty cool. I love the colours and things in it. Obviously we do have the acacia, we have the warped woods, we have some yellow as well, just making up a bunch of colours and very bright and vibrant, and it does differentiate all the parts of the building as well quite nicely. Just thought I'd come hang out in the water here to take a good look at it from the exterior, and yep, perfect. I love the style, the design, all the different roofs and things everywhere, the different shapes. And yeah, I think if we do this all the way around with each one of these houses, I think it's going to look awesome. It's just a lot of work, a lot of resources to gather, so it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to get all of that. Things like the warped wood is not easy to get. And as for an interior, well, there's not one. I mean, I don't think I'm going to do the interior for each one of these buildings. That would be, yes, that would be a nightmare. But it's a decent sized little space in here, and this one does have a good view over the water. Now, it's not 100% done. I do still need to add in all the extra final little details, which I'll probably do a run through once we get a good portion of these builds done, as I'll need to add in things like barrels outside, chests, leaves, flowers, things like that, the greenery and all those kind of things. That's lighting as well. Hang some lanterns, maybe do some hidden lighting under these trapdoors. And yeah, get this build completely done. We'll need to do all of that at the end. But yes, I'm very happy with this. I'm excited to get to work on all designs for the entire village here, and once we get it all in place, I think it's going to look really, really cool. I'm not, however, looking forward to gathering up all those resources, as it's going to be a mammoth task, but we can worry about that in the future, as I do need to finish up the designs for all of these buildings, get all of the roofs and things worked out, the pathways, and then we can gather up the resources in between the next couple of episodes and just work on this here and there when we get the chance to do so. But guys, that's going to have to do it for today. Unfortunately, it is a little bit of a shorter episode than normal, but just been really busy recently and trying to prepare for Christmas and things. And yeah, I hope you liked the build today, and I can't wait to get working on this village and get it completed. If you have any suggestions for the town, the village, the base, anything like that, then please do let me know down in the comments. I always do appreciate any of the feedback that you guys can give. The next episode is going to be very close to Christmas, so I think we might do a little bit of a celebration of that, building up some decorations, maybe hanging out with some of the other Afterlife members. Hopefully we can get that arranged for next episode for you. But I want to thank you very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed, and until the next one guys, bye bye.